So shame. You know, shame. I remember when we were small, they would say, "Shame on you," you know, because we would do a little thing or a big thing when we were little, and then they'd be like, "Shame on you," you know, don't be doing that. So now, I mean, we're adults, and we shouldn't be shamed. Shouldn't be shamed. It's an unpleasant self conscience of an emotion that often associates with negative self evaluation. That is what shame means. You know, and I believe a lot of us shame ourselves so much. We've been traumatized, we've been persecuted, we've been through so much. And so our subconscious still carries that shame. So what we have to do is basically show appreciation for ourselves, have a vision of ourselves in the future, and have a perception of not being rebellious towards ourselves and towards others. So our emotional dysfunction has led us to, do a lot of things that we didn't want to do, especially when was our drugs and alcohol, our trauma, our feeling of trauma, and our staying and keeping our trauma within us. So the state of our conscience is a distraction to what we are perceiving and what we are wanting for our lives, for where we're wanting for our future, you know? So the ability to see and hear and to be able to have a sound mind, it's become a thing of our senses. So what we feel at touch, what we feel at what we smell, what we taste, what we hear, it's become a perception of our senses. It's not a feeling of what we feel inside. Like if you feel joy and happiness, you don't get that by hearing it or talking it or smelling it, tasting it. It's not a senses. It's not a senses feeling. Happiness comes from our own self. Happiness, joyfulness is a state of our being, and we